You cannot protect your kidneys if you still eat these 5 fruits. There is something deeply unsettling about the idea that the fruits sitting in your kitchen right now, the ones you eat thinking you're being healthy, the ones doctors have told you are good for you, might actually be quietly destroying your kidneys. And the worst part is, most people find out too late. They find out after years of eating these fruits every single day, after their kidney function has already dropped to a point where the damage cannot be fully reversed. That is not a scare tactic. That is a reality that thousands of kidney patients face every single year, and it is a reality that nobody warned them about early enough. Your kidneys are 2 of the most hard-working organs in your entire body. They filter approximately 200 liters of blood every single day. They regulate your blood pressure. They balance your body's fluid levels. They produce hormones. And they remove waste products that would otherwise poison your blood within days. But here is what makes them uniquely vulnerable. They are incredibly sensitive to certain minerals, particularly potassium, phosphorus, and oxalates. And when these minerals accumulate in the blood, because the kidneys cannot filter them efficiently, the consequences range from painful kidney stones to dangerous heart arrhythmias to complete kidney failure. The terrifying truth is that some of the most popular, widely recommended fruits in the world are loaded with exactly these minerals. And for people with chronic kidney disease, diabetes-related kidney damage, high blood pressure, or even a genetic predisposition to kidney stones, eating these fruits regularly is like pouring fuel on a fire that is already burning inside their kidneys. Even people with perfectly healthy kidneys who eat these fruits in excessive amounts over long periods are setting themselves up for problems they cannot yet feel or see. So today, we are going to 5 fruits that kidney patients and anyone concerned about kidney health must understand deeply, because the information about why these fruits are dangerous goes far beyond what most health websites will tell you, and every single detail matters. The first fruit is bananas, and this one is going to genuinely shock a lot of people, because bananas are one of the most universally recommended health foods on the planet. Athletes eat them for energy. Doctors recommend them for heart health. Fitness influencers put them in every smoothie. But for your kidneys, bananas carry a very specific and serious threat, and that threat is potassium. A single medium banana contains approximately 422 milligrams of potassium, and while that number sounds harmless, you have to understand what happens in a kidney that is not functioning at full capacity. Healthy kidneys filter excess potassium out of the blood with remarkable efficiency, maintaining blood potassium levels in a very narrow and precise range. But when kidney function declines even slightly, this filtering ability drops, and potassium begins to accumulate in the bloodstream. The medical term for this is hyperkalemia, and it is one of the most dangerous conditions associated with kidney disease because excess potassium directly interferes with the electrical signals that control your heartbeat. Hyperkalemia can cause irregular heart rhythms, sudden cardiac arrest, and death, and it can develop without any warning symptoms that a person would notice on their own. Many kidney patients who eat bananas daily are unknowingly pushing their potassium levels higher and higher with every single fruit they consume. 2 bananas a day, which is completely normal for someone trying to eat healthily, delivers nearly 850 milligrams of potassium from bananas alone before they have eaten anything else. For someone with even mildly reduced kidney function, this is genuinely dangerous territory. Bananas also contain moderate amounts of phosphorus, and in kidney disease, phosphorus accumulation causes a condition called renal osteodystrophy, where phosphorus pulls calcium out of the bones to try to maintain balance in the blood, leading to weak and brittle bones that fracture easily. The combination of high potassium and moderate phosphorus makes bananas one of the most consistently problematic fruits for kidney health. And the fact that they are eaten so casually and so frequently makes the risk even higher. If you have any level of kidney disease or you are at risk, bananas should be significantly limited or completely removed from your daily diet. The second fruit is oranges and orange juice, and this one is particularly difficult for people to accept because oranges are so deeply associated with health, immunity, and vitamin C that the idea of them being harmful feels almost impossible. But the reality for kidney patients is clear and medically well established. Oranges are extremely high in potassium, with a single large orange containing around 333 milligrams, and a standard glass of orange juice containing anywhere from 450 to 500 milligrams of potassium, sometimes even more depending on concentration. The reason orange juice is even more dangerous than whole oranges is something that most people never consider. When you juice a fruit, you are concentrating its minerals while removing the fiber that would otherwise slow down the rate at which those minerals enter your bloodstream. This means that drinking a glass of orange juice delivers a rapid, concentrated spike of potassium directly into your blood, giving your kidneys very little time to manage the load gradually. For a person with reduced kidney function, this spike can push blood potassium to dangerously high levels within a surprisingly short period of time after drinking. Oranges also contain a significant amount of oxalates, compounds that combine with calcium in the kidneys to form calcium oxalate kidney stones, the most common type of kidney stone in the world. People who drink orange juice daily have been shown in medical research to have measurably higher urinary oxalate levels, which directly increases their kidney stone risk. There is also a troubling interaction between the high acidity of oranges and the kidneys. When the body processes citric acid from oranges, it produces metabolic byproducts that the kidneys must filter and excrete, adding to the overall filtration burden. For someone with healthy kidneys, this is manageable. For someone with compromised kidney function, it is one more stressor in a system that is already struggling to keep up. The third fruit is avocado, and this is perhaps the most controversial entry on this list because avocados have been celebrated for years as one of the healthiest foods on earth. And in many ways, for many people, they genuinely are. But for kidney patients, avocados present a potassium problem that is almost unmatched in the fruit world. A single medium avocado contains an extraordinary 975 milligrams of potassium, which is more than double potassium in a banana, and more than many kidney patients should consume in an entire day from all food sources combined. The health community's obsession with avocados has created a genuinely dangerous situation for people with kidney disease who see avocados everywhere, in health magazines, on doctor-recommended diet lists, in every cafe and restaurant, and assume that because everyone says they are healthy, they must be safe to eat. This assumption is costing people kidney function. The potassium load from even half an avocado, which contains roughly 487 milligrams, is significant enough to raise concern for kidney patients, and the people eating a full avocado daily as part of a so-called healthy diet are consuming potassium levels that their kidneys simply cannot process safely. Avocados also contain phosphorus in moderate amounts and are extremely calorie-dense, and excess caloric intake is directly linked to obesity-related kidney disease, a condition that is rising rapidly worldwide and involves the kidneys being physically compressed and metabolically overloaded by excess body fat. The healthy fats in avocados are genuinely beneficial for cardiovascular health in people without kidney disease, but the potassium content makes them a fruit that kidney patients must avoid or limit with extreme caution. If you have been eating avocados daily and you have any risk factors for kidney disease, this is the moment to speak with your doctor about your potassium levels. The fourth fruit is kiwi, and this small, innocent-looking fruit carries a combination of compounds that make it genuinely problematic for kidney health in ways that most people have never heard of. Kiwi is extremely high in oxalates, and this is the primary concern. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many plants, and when they enter the kidneys in high concentrations, they bind with calcium to form sharp, crystalline structures that lodge in the kidney tissue and kidney ducts. These are calcium oxalate kidney stones, and they are described by patients as some of the most excruciating pain a human being can experience, often compared to childbirth in terms of intensity. Two medium kiwi fruits contain a level of oxalates that is considered high risk for people who are stone formers or who have a history of kidney stones. But here is what makes kiwi especially deceptive. It is also high in vitamin C, and many people eat kiwi specifically to boost their vitamin C intake. What those people do not know is that when the body metabolizes excess vitamin C, it converts a significant portion of it into oxalate as a metabolic byproduct. This means that eating kiwi gives you a direct oxalate hit from the fruit itself, and then generates additional oxalate internally as your body processes the vitamin C. It is a double oxalate burden on the kidneys, and it happens every single time you eat kiwi. Kiwi is also moderately high in potassium, with two fruits containing around 450 to 500 milligrams, adding yet another layer of concern for kidney patients who are already managing potassium levels carefully. The combination of high oxalates, high vitamin C that converts to oxalate, and moderate potassium makes kiwi a fruit that kidney patients and stone formers should remove from their diet entirely, regardless of how many antioxidants and vitamins it contains. The risk simply outweighs the benefit when the kidneys are already under stress. The fifth fruit is dried fruits, and this category deserves special attention because it is not one specific fruit, but a form of preparation that takes an already concerning mineral content and multiplies it to genuinely alarming levels. Raisins, dried apricots, dried figs, prunes, and dried dates are among the most commonly consumed dried fruits, and they are marketed everywhere as healthy, natural snacks. But the process of drying a fruit removes the water while concentrating every single mineral, sugar, and compound in the original fruit into a much smaller volume. Consider this carefully. A fresh apricot contains approximately 90 milligrams of potassium. A single dried apricot contains approximately 488 milligrams of potassium, concentrated into a piece of fruit the size of your thumbnail. Most people do not eat one dried apricot. They eat a handful, which can easily contain 10 to 15 pieces, delivering a potassium load of 4,000 to 7,000 milligrams from a snack that took 30 seconds to eat and did not feel like a large amount of food at all. That single handful of dried apricots contains more potassium than most kidney patients should consume in 2 to 3 full days. Raisins follow the same pattern. A small box of raisins, the kind you might give a child as a snack or add to your morning oatmeal, contains around 300 to 400 milligrams of potassium and a significant amount of phosphorus and oxalates. Dried figs are particularly high in calcium oxalate, making them a major kidney stone risk. Prunes, which are widely recommended as a digestive aid, contain extremely high potassium levels and are frequently consumed daily by people who have no idea of the kidney implications. The concentrated sugar content of all dried fruits also causes rapid blood sugar spikes, and poorly controlled blood sugar is the single leading cause of kidney disease in the world, responsible for approximately 40% of all end-stage kidney disease cases globally. The phosphorus in dried fruits is also worth understanding in detail. Unlike the plant-based phosphorus in vegetables and legumes, which has a lower absorption rate due to phytate binding, the phosphorus in fruits, including dried fruits, is more bioavailable, meaning more of it actually enters your bloodstream and must be filtered by your kidneys. When phosphorus levels in the blood rise above the safe range, the body releases a hormone called FGF, 23 in an attempt to excrete more phosphorus to the kidneys, and elevated FGF. 23 levels have been directly linked to accelerated kidney function decline, cardiovascular disease, and increased mortality in kidney patients. What makes all 5 of these fruits so dangerous is not just what they contain individually. It is the fact that they are all considered healthy, they are all widely recommended, and they are all consumed casually and frequently by people who genuinely believe they are taking care of their bodies. The gap between general health advice and kidney-specific health advice is enormous, and that gap is where the damage happens silently, over years, without a single warning sign until the kidneys are already significantly compromised. If you have been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, if you have diabetes or high blood pressure, if you have had kidney stones even once, or if kidney disease runs in your family, these 5 fruits need to come off your regular menu immediately, and you need to have an honest conversation with your doctor about your potassium, phosphorus, and oxalate intake as a whole. Your kidney function can be measured with a simple blood test called eGFR, and knowing your number gives you the information you need to make decisions that could genuinely protect you from one of the most serious and irreversible health conditions a person can face. Your kidneys cannot grow back. They cannot be replaced easily. They are working for you right now, and the least you can do is stop feeding them the things that are slowly breaking them down.